Well, hello there. Thank you for joining me. Today, I am going to get into my 5 favorite penny pickups. I'm actually going to give you even more than 5. Yeah, I got a couple honorable mentions that I wanted to throw in there. One, I didn't feel like making short videos about them. They're just kind of... They were eBay lots that I bid a penny on, not expecting to win. I expected the next person who put a bid down to take them home, and nobody did. It happens a lot because for me, I don't really care about the stuff, right? Not by itself. The stuff is fine. But the stuff with a really compelling story, that's what I want. And so I want the amazing pickup for the amazing price, not one or the other. Just having it isn't good enough for me. When I cringe when I hear stories about, like, this game was $400, and so I went and I paid even more than that, and now it's mine. It's like, what's the matter with you? Like, you're not doing anyone any favors acting like that. So, here they are. A couple honorable mentions to start, then we're going to get into the videos. Years back now, I got this box. Big box. It's a thread-up box, right? And so it started out life with, like, hand-me-down clothes. They're not really hand-me-down. You sell them. You sell them to somebody else who wants them. But not this. It did not have clothes in it. It had 40 Sega Genesis controllers. Not working is what it said. I picked this up for a cent. And a lot of them, you know, they came like this. Cut off of the cord or the cable or frayed wires. And I haven't gone through all of them yet. I cleaned up a lot of them, and I Frankensteined several of them together. I've got about a dozen really good controllers so far out of the box, and there's a lot more to go through there. And anytime that I need a controller, let's say I fix a console and I'm selling it, I go into this box and I put together 2 good controllers and I sell them with the system. That's the way I do. That's the way my penny goes a little farther. That's pickup number 1 of my honorable mentions for a penny. This next one's huge. The shipping on this was $27 because it weighs like, God, I don't know. This is like 20-some pounds. Why? Because it's just a bunch of games. Xbox 360, PS2, PS3 games. Some are games, some are cases and manuals, some are cases, manuals, games. Yeah, it was $27 for shipping, but the cost was 1 cent, right? And when price charting is taking into account the value of a game, it less shipping, right? It leaves the shipping out. Of course, that's the only way you can do it. So I got this big old box of worthless, right? And it is basically worthless because I've even offered to give it away on Discord and nobody wanted it. So I said, I keep it. It's mine now. You didn't want it, it's mine now. I tried to sell it on Craigslist, nobody wants it. You know, I'm not asking much. I'm like, hey, you got like $10, you can have a bunch of PlayStation 2 games. Nobody wants it. Nobody wanted it for free on Discord, so it's mine now. The coolest part about this box, it didn't just have all those PS2 and Xbox games. it had a bunch of Sega Genesis cases. And the cases were in good enough shape, but I didn't need the art. So I have some art here. NFL 94, Sega Classic Golden Axe, NHL Hockey 93, Sports Talk 93, World Series Baseball, Hardball 94, another World Series Baseball, Tiny Toons, Konami, Cal Ripken Jr. Baseball, and manuals for a bunch, and posters and stuff. So that was cool. I don't know, will I ever do a thing with any of those? Probably. Yeah, probably eventually I'll pair them up with something and then have a complete game. Is anyone out there interested in sports games? It turns out they used to be. A lot of gamers out there, especially the retro gamers. This is an uncomfortable gaming truth, people. More people buy systems and consoles to play sports games than to play all the other games combined. What? It's true, though. They sell more. Sports games sell more. They sell more consoles. They sell more titles. Sports games. So, yeah, it turns out jocks like video games more than nerds do. Who knew? Wow, blow your mind. Boom! So, we're going to get into the shorts. I have them here kind of rapid fire, but I'm not giving you the versions that were up on the shorts feed. These are kind of the longer version. Not cut to 60 seconds. I cut all my shorts to 60 seconds because anything longer than 60 seconds, it's not a short, right? That's a long. So sometimes I leave out keywords. Sometimes I misspeak on the original one take and I cut it out or whatever. You'll see. You'll watch. The music, no overdubbed music. You hear what you hear right here. It's in the background. And then I got, stick around for the end. I have the best penny pickup ever that I still have. It's not even a penny pickup. All right. It was less than a penny. You'll see. It's kind of cool. I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. I'm John. This is Retro Projections. Well, hello there. Thank you for joining me today. You wouldn't believe what I found out walking today. Lying in the gutter, discarded, forgotten, this old, shabby penny. Yes, you're just going to have to trust me. It is a penny. This, the most modest of all monies. I'm going to take it. I'm going to trade it for this. Columns. Yes, it's kind of a pickup short. This, one of my favorite games that I've ever picked up for only a penny. How did I get it for a penny? Well, I offered them a penny and they accepted. And I bought something else from them, and so they took the shipping off as well. So I actually got this for only 1 penny. Can you believe it? Pennies from heaven, baby. Well, they say you can't get much of anything for only a penny these days. I don't know. Have you tried? Because I tried to get a video game for only a penny and I got one. Pitfall. Pretty nice copy. Looks like it's never been touched other than someone chopping off the hang tab there. I plugged it in. It works. That's nice. Pleasant surprise for a penny. Even got the warranty registration card with it. What's the game like? You know, I can't really tell you. Other than testing it, I haven't given it a try. And with the amount of money I sunk into it, maybe I should have played it even less than that. We all know stupider isn't a word, but it might be the perfect word to describe what football has become. What with online sports betting and hypothetical team management and building, advanced analytics, I don't even understand. In fact, if we went back in time 35 years and we tried to explain to the people running the league back then what it had become today, we'd get laughed out of the building. Guaranteed. You know what I'm not going to laugh at a great deal? I picked up Joe Montana 2 Sports Talk Football for only a penny on eBay. And this ain't no fantasy football. No, not this. The only thing made up here are the names on the rosters. And frankly, I think it's better that way. I don't need to know who played for Cleveland in 1991, nor do I care. Give me Joe Montana and everybody else is a scrub.
Welcome to Joe Montana Sports Talk Football. Cincinnati lines up for the kickoff. It's a beauty. And he's got it at the 5. To the 20. Oh! He jumps at the 24-yard line. A 60-yard kick. A 19-yard return. There's no score. He's sacked back at the 18.
So I found myself in a difficult situation a few years back. I had this Game Boy that I wasn't sure if it worked or not. I needed a game for it. So I went online on eBay and I found a mixed lot, games from different consoles and different eras, and I bought it for 1 cent. It was Madden 94 for the Sega Genesis with manual, Bases Loaded for the NES, and Play Action Football for the Game Boy. So I could test my Game Boy. Didn't work, but something was up with the cartridge. So I took it apart, and you know what I found inside, preventing it from working? Why, an instant rebate, of course. You know, some people, they want to say, well, John, you're just incredibly lucky. That's why that happened. Lucky? Maybe. I think it happened just because I'm a better person. So they say that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I think that's true. I have a story for you. several decades back, really, I met a very good friend of mine. Well, he would become a very good friend of mine. At that point, he was just my roommate's older brother. We were walking back to my apartment from downtown. You see, he had come to Lawrence to look for places to move his family from Oakland, California. And I found laying on the sidewalk one of these. If you can see that, it's a Liberty penny. Lady Liberty in an Indian style feather headdress. It wasn't this year. This is a 1902. What I found that day was an 1885, a better year, and this one was particularly rare. Jake knew that. He said, "Can I have that penny?" You know, to me it was just a penny. So I let him have it. Didn't think anything of it. Months later, they moved to town. He said, I still have things to get. I'm going to get them. Months after that, he came to my house one night and he said, "I brought you something for that penny because it turned out it was very valuable." He sold it for $50. And he said, "Do you play video games? I have this for you. X-Men. Complete in box." He gave me this for a penny. But he said, "That's not all. I also found this, and I have no way of playing it. R-Type for the TurboGrafx 16. Both of these for only a penny. Beauty is indeed in the eye of the beholder." Well, thanks for sticking around until the end. As promised, I have my final pickup. Is it a penny pickup? No. This was absolutely free. We do a thing here where I'm from called dumpster diving, and I actually wasn't doing that. I was working at, I used to be the operations chief at a moving company here locally, and I had all of my regular managerial duties, and I also had to be a mover sometimes, and a lot of times my week was completely full, just like running things around, fixing holes in the wall, dismantling couches so they could fit in our overly tiny trash receptacle that some people call a dumpster, but it really, that that's far-fetched. It was not a dumpster. It was more like a large trash can. But one day, let's see if I can get all of this. One day I found, lying in the dumpster, with a bunch of old magazines and calendars, some software, video game software. First thing that I saw, my favorite Nintendo hockey game, my favorite hockey game period, ice hockey. Great game. Also, WrestleMania for the NES, just lying there in the trash. Someone didn't want it anymore. And then a game that I found lying in the street before, Sonic 2. They used to give Sonic 2 away if you bought enough boxes of cereal back in the day. That's right, you could buy, I think it was 10 General Mills boxes of cereal, and you send in, and they give you a free Sonic 2, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Also, Sonic 1. Also, if that wasn't enough, you get Sonic 1 and 2 on Sonic Classics. Also, Puyo Puyo, or as it's known in the West, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine is on there. And last but not least, I still have it, right? Comic Zone. All of that for free. Somebody was throwing it away. Can you believe it? I believe it. You know, it's not the only video games I've found thrown away. It's not the only valuable things I've found thrown away. But these are the ones I kept. And I still play them, right? Of course, toys are meant to be played with. Thank you all for joining me today. I know it was a long video, but I appreciate you ever so much for watching up till now. You have a good one. I'll see you next time. Bye.